What was most important to capture with WoW? And I feel like that's such an easy IP to convert because the inspiration came from D&D in so many ways. But like, what's the most flavor thing that you wanted to grab?
Easy and also challenging because you have to curate. And so, we have 30 years of Warcraft lore and trying to pick like, not just for fan service, the greatest hits, but also what will work really well for building stories. I think that was the most challenging part is like, what do we distill it down to for this, given that it includes everything up to our current timeline.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest challenge. And then on the you're right here. On the D&D side.
You're also here.
I was going to point you. We were
talking about WoW.
I can go get a drink or something.
How elegantly the WoW mechanics are threaded into this game. And I think players are going to really enjoy it.
This has to be such a good moment for you because, you mentioned you've been playing D&D since you were 12. I don't want to brag. I've been playing it since I was 8. So,
I might be older than you, so I may have years. It might not.
It might be. I don't want to compare numbers right now, though.
Someone will win.
I'd like to avoid that, but like, it's got to feel good to like have all these different like IPs coming together and just kind of a sense of, because you remember when it was like the 3rd edition. Like,
absolutely.
You go to the store and there's like a new thing every single day. And this feels like we're kind of returning to that a little bit and getting to like focus in. Like Dark Sun, very different. And I do agree, like the settings, the more they were different, like Ravenloft is extremely different.
Absolutely.
That started everything. And it was grimmer and darker and a bummer. It's one of my favorite
It's
settings.
not a shiny, happy place.
But I think that's where like D&D excelled, was like the extreme differences.
We kind of lost that a little bit, right? Over the years, I think, just my personal take from the outside before moving into the job, it just started to feel like those universes started to become a little more similar, right? Like everything was kind of getting genericized. So like one of the things we really wanted to do this year, Dark Sun, it is Dark Sun, right? It is brutal. It is about survival. And just start to give some uniqueness back to these different worlds. And yet, to your point, I could not sleep the night before, right? Like I was just so excited, again, / terrified, which just seems to be my go-to mode in this job. But yeah, it was kind of 12-year-old me looking up like, oh my God, like I can't believe we're actually doing this. And you get so much of this is just like I'm a kid in the candy store, right? I get to hang out with my heroes growing up who shaped and inspired me. And we get to really just start to go big again on D&D. And, the roadmap kind of shows that. And we're just getting started.
Dark Sun, I love how extreme Dark Sun has become. I would argue Dark Sun is way more extreme, actually, in this version. I can't imagine everything from Dark Sun in, like, 2nd edition was ported over. But there's a sense when I look at the art and the animated film, like, well, we went to a different, we went more extreme in other ways to like supplement it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm really excited for people to start to get their hands on Dark Sun. The goal was that authenticity, right? And, I think memory is an interesting thing too. And like, you think back to your memories of Dark Sun and what is it going to be and what is it you're going to remember? And it's the emotion of the world. It's the theme of the world. It's the energy of the world. And that's really what we wanted to bring forth. I have to admit, like, I was delighting in just how people, I think, were expecting that, frankly, we were going to nerf it, right?
Yeah.
And do a kinder, gentler Dark Sun. And it was fun for me. I was kind of like peeking out, watching faces as we ran the trailer. And clearly we didn't go the nerf route.
What has the process been for you to watch the conversion of WoW into D&D? Like you're seeing the subclasses and the classes get made, because I like helped work on subclasses for like the Runeterra thing. Has that been interesting? Has that been fascinating to see them like create some beloved classes into classes in D&D?
Yes, the process was staggering for me because I'd get edits along the way. And then there was a lot of discussion with our historical and lore team to be like, okay, so which direction are we going with this? And how will it work best, for D&D? And it's very intricate. And then working on the D&D side, just the mastery of the crew at D&D to be able to thread it all together. So we were sort of curating on the content side and making sure that any accuracy or background or detail that might help the process and the systems. I learned more about WoW and Warcraft just in the process, because there's some stuff in there that's, it's deep.
Yeah.
Deep, man.
Yeah. I remember we getting the PvP maps and
it's just, that's where I don't PvP.
They're beloved. Yeah. They're beloved maps and locations, and it's going to be really cool to see all that to come to fruition.
And that is sort of, we look at our own history and what do we think are the greatest hits? And then filling that into, we want it to make sure that it's, if you want to tell a story that's within the current framework, like the World Soul Saga or with Midnight, but all the way back, to our origins.
Yeah, there's a lot of stewardship there.
Yeah.
For you have a lot of stewardship because because largely, a lot of the books have been Forgotten Realms.
Mm-hmm.
We have the occasional Ravenloft book. We had a Feywild book. But now you're broadening out to very different ideas, very different genres, and even beyond that to different IPs. Like, what's important for you to keep D&D and keep D&D's identity when it's jumping around with Darth Vader again?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way I look at the Universes Beyond line is exactly that. It's a line, right? And it's additive, and it's an and. Icons is a line, right? It's a line within D&D. And we're going to continue to do other things in D&D. And we're going to be announcing a bunch of new D&D things. I think I said yesterday, I'm not going to look at it and be like, oh, we need to do 2 less D&D things so we can do some of this other stuff. It is absolutely an and. And, part of the goal with the Universes Beyond line is to bring new people into tabletop role-playing games, right? Like people who are interested in it, but for whom a pure jump into D&D might be too much, right? Like that's, oh, I don't know the worlds, I don't know this, I don't know that. It's like, okay, well, here's a world here's a universe here's Warcraft, right? You've played the game, or here's Star Wars, you've seen the movies, the characters, the conflict that's going on and the sides. That's really where I get excited about that, is like, can this be an on-ramp into this fantastic pastime that is role-playing game?
It's been really cool because I've been on the inside, suddenly outside looking in, but having to keep my mouth shut this whole time about everything. So as every announcement comes out, I'm like, I worked on that. But it's really cool to see all that stuff coming out. What is the thing that you are currently the most hyped for, and what's maybe a fan concern that you want to not quell? That sounds terrible.
Address.
There you go. Well, if we're playing Dark Sun, quell.
I'll just go into Dark Sun mode. Yeah. No, I have certainly heard and seen, since the announced the concerns about a Universes Beyond line. I entirely understand that, and I get it. And actions are going to speak louder than words on that one, right? So, what I can do today is say, heck no, it's not going to mean less D&D. In fact, like when we're here again at Gen Con next year, if this one blew your mind, the stuff we're working on but not ready to talk about is just like, people are going to go nuts. So, for now I can say, think of it as a line, and it's connected to that whole statement of, we can't make every release be for everyone, but everyone should see a release for them, right? On our roadmap. So, it's not something you have to play. If all you want to do is play D&D, you are going to have no shortage of D&D content that you can jump in and play. And, we're staffing this lineup separately, so it's not like we're going to have to like pull people over from one to make sure we can do the other. That's how I would address that. And again, I know that's easy for me to say. I think people are going to see for themselves, and then I'm hoping that makes people feel better.
And for you, when you were giving them guidance and converting WoW, was there a moment where you're like, oh, they get it? You get it now.
No, she was just like,
what are you doing?
Have you even played this game?
I'm still waiting for that moment.
It's very clear, very early conversations. They know just as much as any of us who have been players for years and years. Like the team that worked on it, they know it. So it was really just digging a little deeper and getting, some things that were canon, discussions about, where we could stretch to make it fit well and work well for players. But no, there's no.
Well, we don't have enough time. I would love hanging out with both of you all day. And it's really great to see you again.
You as well, man.
For those that don't know, we actually talked a lot during the NBC News days. So it's good to see you.
You too.
Up and running and working on D&D. And I'm ecstatic that you got D&D.
Yay!
game coming out.
We're excited.
So, yeah, I appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Thank
Thanks.
you. Enjoy the show.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.